So do you see, I mean, looking back, are you going to you wouldn't, sounds to me like you're totally happy, but is there any advice you'd give yourself, the 20-year-old younger you, knowing where the industry's taken you so far,
Yeah, I mean, just trying to learn everything you can, like a lot of times, like even when you did like a plan install, like when you're going over, a lot of the plans we did were in Latin, and just putting that together quicker, like understanding how important it would have been just to learn that bit of Latin and the genus of species would help, help moving forward to the next part. When you're putting in multiple plants and multiple numbers, it changes that sometimes. And being more patient, definitely being more patient. Like I said, I worked for the same company 3 times.
Yeah.
So if I would have stayed, where would that have been?
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's the company that made me split wood.
So I didn't realize that was that same company.
Yeah. So that was the 3rd time I came back to them, and
So I got to tell you something about the splitting the wood thing, and I got to say this because we have people split wood in the winter, but it's not because we dislike them. It's because we're just trying to find them hours, find something to do, Now, I do definitely think your situation was different, but I had to say that verbally because I don't want anybody to listen to this be like, oh, Joe thought I was an asshole too. That's why he had me split wood, So
they didn't sell the wood; they split.
What?
It's just the owners would use it.
Oh.
So, but like, it was, like I said, it's kind of at that point where I realized I could do more than this.
Yes, I get it. I totally get it.
And I came to Michigan State and I got this job, and it's like, it's like, holy crap, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to know enough? Am I going to be able to, and then you find out that all of your years of some of them toiling and some of them being successful really pay it off to where you get to, you get into a spot where you feel appreciated, and, you get to see your work, every single day. That part of it's changed too. You're not going house to house, neighborhood to neighborhood. You're always going to the same spot, you know? So if a part annoys you, it's like, yeah, we got to clean this. We got to fix this. We got to do this. And then you just, over time, you just start seeing where you made repairs and you made improvements and you made, a really good impact on the place that you're taking care of.
So does Michigan State have I mean, it sounds like you're really happy with your experience there, and are there certain core values that they have for your department? Okay, can you share some?
Yeah, so a lot of it's very heavy with. I don't know our mission vision statement. It's very long. I'll tell you that. But our at the core, it's people, partnerships, and stewardship. So it's about having a relationship with the people that everybody we see is our customer. It doesn't matter who we see. They're our customer. Students are our customer. The people that are just walking on the campus are our customer. The faculty is our customer. Everybody's our customer. And then the partnerships we can have with student groups, they're the reason we're there. They pay tuition to go to learn, whatever they're going to go into school for. And we're just trying to provide the best environment for them to study and have a great college experience. And then stewardship is taking care of the money as far as, it's a state, we do get funding from the state. We do get money from the people attending. And there's money involved in grants and things like that. And just making sure that we're, being really good stewards of the money and making sure it's being spent properly and not wasted those things. So that's kind of, that. The other part of it is they're really, really engaged on having people be T-shaped employees. And that's something you can Google and look up. And it's basically, so the base of the T is what you come to the table with, right? And then the top of the T is everything else. It's global understanding, it's empathy, it's creative innovation, it's collaborative communication. It's all those other things that you can just start improving upon yourself. And then just make you a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more, successful, and probably, a lot happier once you get through those things. So it's definitely coming from the land of, being a landscaper and stuff. It's what? Just trying to figure it out. But then once you start really getting into it and seeing, you kind of, it really builds on your a sense of self-worth, like, whereas before you just hoped you were the guy that ran the zero turn, now you're in this, you're in one of these, this unbelievable campus, and you're getting to take care of it and meet people and help people. I had a student that worked for me. We worked together on the site crew. He was a student employee that worked for me. And then he worked for me a couple of years when I was a supervisor. And so now he went back to school, and then he's wants to become a golf course superintendent. And he called me the other day, and, we probably talked for about a half an hour, and he was asking me questions about different stuff. And it's like, just being to share that back with him and help him in his next step and all those things has been, it's been really cool that you get to build people up. You get to try to help people get to that next level.
Well, you're mentoring them. Now, one day they'll be listing you as their mentor, and that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So
is that the person you actually sent his contact over?
Yeah, Jared. Yeah.
We got to reach out. He hasn't responded back yet, but
I think he's been pretty busy at his.
I assume this is the season. So all right. So this is the big one, and now I'm going to I got to tell the audience. Typically, my people, they get they know some of the questions we're going to ask in advance, but somehow or another, Josh did not get them. So, quite frankly, I have to say first, these are some of the first times Josh has heard any of these questions, so he's doing a great job. But this one stumps people even when they know it, so don't judge. So I typically ask what you want your legacy to be at in life or at Michigan State or whatever. Like what do you want people to remember you for there?
So my legacy at Michigan State, I really want to improve the turf and the condition of the turf. So that's one part of it. Being a big city, basically, you've got everybody walking over it, driving over it, and we've got steam tunnels, we've got all these other things. So one of the things I'm really passionate about is getting the turf to the greatest level we can with all those challenges. I guess I really want, the legacy of just knowing or at least being able to look inside yourself and say, you can do more, and if you get the right people in the right position, you can achieve things that maybe you didn't think were possible before. And, if you're stuck in a rut and if you're working, if you hate going into work every day, you're not in the right spot. Either you're not in the right industry or you're not in the right company. And it's not being afraid to take those chances and to jump every now and then can really get you, really get you in the kind of spot that I ended up in.
That was inspirational. You did great with that. See, you didn't even know it was coming and you knew it right away. Now that's awesome. So, I wish you said your legacy was going to be to, get automation at Michigan State.
That's part of getting the turf, right?
Okay. But we'll work on that part together. So, So, and then the other thing is, people listen to the podcast, and there's always a song that ties to the guest. So, right now, as we speak, what's a song that you like that kind of gets you going? If you were plowing 400 miles of sidewalk, what would you put on those headphones right now?
I'd probably go back old school metal, maybe some Pantera, new level. A new level.
All right, there you go. So Chris, my podcast producer, now you just heard it. That's Josh's song. So there you go. There you have it. So, all right. Well, Josh, I want to thank you for your time. I know you're a busy guy. It was truly an honor to get you on the show. I've been to the campus. It is absolutely beautiful. And for what it's worth, I am over the moon happy about the relationship that we've been able to develop. So glad Stefan called you about that line striper.
Yeah.
So that we could actually start talking. And honestly, I look forward to our future. So
we just talked about it today. Some of the stuff that we've been thinking about working on and how we get that to the next level. So we're, it's been up the ladder a little bit, and everybody's really excited about what we can, what we might be able to do. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Cool. Well, thanks. We're going to be talking soon, and get me maybe included in that tour.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we got a year to go, so
yeah, exactly. So.
We're excited about that, and I appreciate you having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure the listeners will also, and have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Thanks.